Live show. That's what it is.
Yo, guys, this is your boy Shelly, straight out of Signal Band. And guess what? You're tuned in to the Jael Joseph live show. Baby, tell me if the partner there. From the time I leave the office, we ready. Shock them!
Hey yo fam, what's good, what's good, what's good? This is your boy Circular here from TK International and we're representing for JL Joseph Live. Big up. Boom!
I'm Gordon Henderson. You're viewing Jael Joseph Live.
Hey yo, this is Benji from the MFR band and you're tuned in to Jael Joseph live show. Nothing gonna change my love for you.
Of course, you checked in, you're live, you're tuned into the Jael Joseph live show. You don't know, Jael go be the last one standing. Boom.
Creole dish. And this year we're making it even more exciting. I'm Chef Nyanda, the creator of Watu. My outdoor cooking event is the only event to showcase Dominica's Creole culinary heritage. You get a box of ingredients and your own fireside to create your favorite Creole dish. And this year we're making it even more exciting. We will be having chefs from all over the Caribbean joining us by the fireside. Come for the food, or come for the drink, come for the Kalinago dancers, or come for the Lapo Kawit, or just come to spend time with your family and friends. Matter of fact, just come. See you on October 21st at Rosalie Bay. Yourself and do it Dominican style. Cook your one pot, stew your chicken, do your sandwich, enjoy the vibe.
What are you guys making?
One pot, one big pot, and then we're going to do some roast corn and some chicken and fish.
Hello. Oh my God. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Those of you on YouTube, good afternoon, good evening to you. Let me just extend that. Let me just extend my screen a little bit. Yeah, Yes, yes. Good day, good day. It's another beautiful day. It's a Friday, and I'm so happy to be joining you guys here for another episode of Jail Joseph Live right here. Hi, Empress. Thank you very much, Empress. Love you too. Thank you. Empress is good. Let me tell you what Empress is good. Let me share. Empress is saying she loves the hairdo. Yes, girl, I try and wrap a thing there. You know, I try and wrap a thing and represent a thing there. Thanks. Hello, everyone. Locked in on Facebook. Let me see you guys drop your thumbs up. Thank you, Gemma. Hi, Lele. How are you guys doing? Make sure y'all share the live. Once y'all step in, share the live. We have a special guest here. I'm so happy to have her here with me. And I'm wearing like I'm ready for independence. Oh my god. I don't think there's like probably the most patriotic. I love independence. It's one of my favorite times of the year. Um, yeah, I love everything to do with independence. So I'm wearing my Dominica t-shirt because I couldn't rock out with the warm yet. And the would have just been scratching the job today. But I decided to wrap up my hair. I have a special something for y'all. From the 1st of October. Got a special something for y'all. We're gonna be doing something special right here on my channel. Those of you who have me on WhatsApp, or if you don't have me on WhatsApp, make sure you follow my channel. I have a channel on WhatsApp, and I'll be doing something special for those of you on my channel on WhatsApp. So I want to say hello, good evening. It's Friday. I'm not usually here on a Friday. I just opened up a couple spots for the next couple of, I think, weeks because we have demand. I guess people wanna come on. I want to invite guests, whichever way it goes. And I opened up a couple spots, and I'm here. I'll be back next week Thursday. I will not be. I don't think I'll be in this location. I'll be in another location, but I'll be back next week Thursday with a comedian. You have to wait to get. Oh my god. Anyways, let me not get too excited. Anyways, I just wanted to say hello to every single one that's locked on. Hi, Nish. Hi, Gemma. Thank you very much, guys. And make sure y'all hit the share button as soon as you come in. I need to share. I need to share this. Like, I haven't had a chance to share this yet because it came on and just was ready to roll and just organizing for the show. But I want to say thank you very much to every single one of you who supported and who've actually watched my documentary. So my documentary Territory won best short film. I'm sorry, best short documentary, not film. Best short documentary at the Caribbean Tales International Film Festival. So I am super excited about that. It is a great achievement, especially on my first try. So thank you to all those of you who supported, those of you who actually watched the film. Somebody told me, Jelly was really inexpensive. It's actually this weekend is the last weekend. Actually, tomorrow is the last day if you want to check out the film virtually. I think it's like $8 to watch it. So it's pretty much like going to the movies. It's even cheaper than going to the movies up in if you live in Canada or if you live outside of the Caribbean. So it is super inexpensive, super affordable. So hop on the Caribbean Tales Film Festival website and you can view the film, or you can just, if you follow me on here, I do have links of where you can find it. So if you follow me, you could just click on the link and you'll be able to get all the information. So thank you very much for all the support, and to the Caribbean Tales International Film Festival, for having me, having my film, and everybody that was part of it. We have an awesome team working with us. I want to big up, Annette Sanford, who's part of the film, Cozy Frederick. We had Lorenzo Sanford, Natasha Green, Samosa John, and everybody else, including the shaman who played like an integral part of the film. Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Keisha Josephs, everybody who was part of the film. Thank you very much for the honor. I'm so humbled that you guys allowed me to share your story. And my crew, the best crew in the planet, I want to big up Naja Thomas, big up to Norris, Francois Jr., Sheldon Casimir. I got the best crew. Like, let me tell you, we had such a blast. Granted, we were doing this during COVID. But we had a blast. We had a blast of putting this together. A lot of long days. And hi Naja. Naja just joined. Whoosh, she's balling whoop with her hands up in the air. I see her hands up in the air, Naj. But we had a blast putting this together. Naja, Naja is a one of a kind because when we were actually in the editing process, Naja was big pregnant, and that's a story that we're probably going to have to tell if we have a Q&A if I get to show the film in Dominica. So we'll see how that goes and if we decide to do that. And we'll probably have Naja come on and tell us about editing stories. Naja, you want to tell them about some editing stories? Yeah. Yes. So I'm happy to be back here with you guys. It's Friday again. It is the weekend. I'm drinking a little bit of what am I drinking? Oh, tequila and ginger ale. Yes, I'm drinking tequila and ginger ale. That's my drink of choice. And I am ready to have Mrs. Chef, okay, Mrs. Chef Nyanda Peltier-Charles on the show with me for the very first time. You know how we do this here. Let me tell you, come as you like. I like to tell people to come as you like because this show, I like to give it to you uncut, raw, unedited, give it to you in so that you get it, so that you understand. And the last time I was here, we were talking about, we met up with Terry Henry and we're talking about bees and being a beekeeper and all of these different things. And let me tell you, boy, did I learn a lot. Those of you who are on the live, just drop your bees for me. If you were on the live and the last time we were on, and you learned a little bit about bees, drop your bees for me right about now and let me know that you were on the live. And it was just very informative. It was a very informative show. I enjoyed, having her on, not just as a guest, but just somebody that was able to educate me on bees. And hi, Alex. Thank you very much, Alex. Alex is on. Gareth Harris is on. Nisha is on. Make sure you tag your friends as soon as you come on. Hit the share button and tag your friends and get them on, on here so that they can check out Chef Nyanda. So, anyways, I was saying that, and don't forget to send your stars. If you send your stars, I always give you an extra big up. We're talking about getting the information and getting details on certain things, whether it's Dominica, but whether it's a business. And that is what I want my forum to be. I want to be able to talk about things that we don't really know about, or talk about things that we might be embarrassed to ask questions about, talk about people that are having different events and they're not sure where to go, or they might end up on a program and the host might not just let them run their mouth and not really ask the questions that need to be asked. And I try to get deep and get all the insights so that I can give to you guys so you can make real better decisions as to whether or not you will attend an event, or whether or not you purchase a product, or whether or not you feel this person is qualified enough so you can go to them for their service, right? This is what this is about. This is what exclusive interviews is about. And I am so happy to be bringing you Chef Nyanda. Now, I met Chef Nyanda of quite a few years ago. I think in my earlier days of being back in Dominica, I met her right around the time of Face of Shabo. I don't know if you guys remember Face of Shabo. She was actually helping out one of the contestants during that time. And I met her and I didn't really realize she was a chef. I just figured she was this person that was into fashion and whatever. And then I started hearing about a little while after there was Meadows Kitchen. I don't know if you guys heard of Meadows Kitchen, if you ever ate at Meadows Kitchen. If you ate at Meadows Kitchen before Hurricane Maria, let me tell you, the food was litty. Let me tell you, litty. I mean, she had some of the best dishes I've ever tasted, right? And then, Hurricane Maria happened, and then people, things happened. You don't know where people go. Sometimes people migrate, and you're not really sure what's happening and whatever. But then I start hearing about this still thing called Wato. And I'm wondering, but me keep thinking Wato lano. What is Wato? Saki Wato, right? And guys, I want to tell you that I got schooled in Wato, and I am going to encourage you. Y'all need to tag a friend. Tag your man, your side man, your boyfriend, your sister friend, your nenen, your parent, your bope, because you're gonna be so surprised to hear what we're about to learn today. Because when I got schooled in what Wato was, I was like, so why isn't this a national event? Like, what's the problem? Like, why isn't this a national event that every single person can come to, or have access to, or even know about? Just like how we know about Korea Festival, and we know about all the other festivals that happen in, when jazz comes around. This is an event that every single household needs to know about. So make sure, where's my friend? Rashida is asking, where is my bestie? Rashida, her bestie is locked in. Rashida, is my show. Wait, she come in. She come in. I go introduce her, right? Everybody needs to know about Wato. And if you have a friend, or you have a family, or you're probably thinking of being in Dominica over the independence season, you need to know about Wato so you can purchase your ticket to be at Wato. I'm not even telling you for you to make a decision to, because I'm telling you that it is the place to be. After I learned about Wato, I was like, bruh, why is this happening for 2 years and I never went? Like, I was like, what story that's, right? I was actually shocked, and at the same time amazed that such a wonderful event is happening right here in Dominica, and everybody in the nook and crannies of Dominica does not know about that. So we're about. Hi, Rudolph here. Thank you very much for joining. Hi, Sophia. Those of you on YouTube, those of you on LinkedIn, those of you on Twitter, welcome. Those of you on Facebook, make sure you share the live as soon as you get on. I want to introduce you to Nyanda Peltier-Charles, and she is a chef, and she's going to tell you a little bit. We're going to get to know a little bit about Nyanda, because that's what this show is about. We get to know a little bit about the guest and everything, and then we'll dive deep and get to know a little bit more about Wato. So I want to welcome, for the very, 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 very first time on this show, I want to, in a big way, I want to make some noise and welcome Nyanda Peltier-Charles to the show. Hi, Nyanda.
Hi.
Oh my God, I know you don't nigga, because as you come on, I hear crickets. I hear the
Yes, they're outside.
they're outside. They're just like us. They're outside.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. It's so good to talk about. I'm so excited, to talk about what you actually have. Like, I'm even nervous about it. People are screaming. Your friends are on the live. They're getting very excited to hear about what you have and to hear about this amazing product. But before we get into the product and get into Wato, I want to kind of give my audience a little insight on who you are. So tell me a little bit about how did you get started in cooking? Like, where did that come from?
It came from my grandmother and my mother, and sprinkle a little bit of my father with his agricultural nature. That's exactly where I grew up with cooking. I grew up with cooking outdoors with my grandmother on coal pots and on free stones, and then my mom was a caterer. So I learned a lot from them. A lot of the basic Creole dishes I learned from them, and then I added my twist to everything. But I never really wanted to go so deep into cooking in the beginning. I was always into art and fashion, as you mentioned. And then, I thought, I started to really love this type of art. I could incorporate what I know as an artist with food and try to always create these amazing dishes that I usually do, as you said.
So first of all, take us back. Where exactly are you from in Dom? Because you say cold pot, and from the time you hear I hear cold pot, I don't think country. Like
I'm
where
from I'm from Point Michelle, La Pointe.
La Pointe in the house. La Pointe in the
La
house.
Pointe in the
And so
house.
you grew up in La Pointe.
I grew up in Point Michelle, yes. And then I migrated to Barbados for a while. I lived in Barbados for a very long time. And, Barbados has a very big art culture. So I was really into all of that. I did my art CXCs and I studied some fashion design there as well. So after that, I wanted something where, so my dad's like, yeah, you need a monthly income. You see that fashion thing and that art thing? I know you like it, but you need. So I'm like, what occupation or what career can I turn to that still has that type of creativity in it? I just chose to be a chef, you know, and then I can
Wow.
incorporate it all together and still get my salary.
So tell me, did you actually go to culinary school, or was that just because you naturally had from, I mean, like you mentioned, from your grandparents, or did you
Yeah.
just feel like that's something that you do know how to do naturally and you just started doing it?
So I went to school for culinary arts. I went to school in England, and at school they don't teach you how to cook. They teach you skills. So everything that my grandparents and my mom and my dad and my aunts taught me, I used those skills. And so I kind of, when I do my food, I always say it's Creole Caribbean with an international twist.
Tell me a little bit about the
Yeah,
skills, because you say that they don't teach you how to cook, they teach you the skills.
skills.
What did
So
you get out of the school that really enhanced your cooking?
you get knife skills, you get fillet skills, you learn how to create different types of sauces. So it's basically French cuisine, classic French cuisine that you are taught. And whatever country you're from, if you're from Africa, if you're from India, if you're from the Caribbean, you use those templates with the ingredients that you have from your country, and then you create your specialities. Yeah.
How was school like? Because I know people are always, like, especially when you come from the Caribbean and you
Yeah.
cooking, they always like vovone in a row, like, how did
So
this happen?
I
What was it?
had to really, I would say, bring everything down a notch because we come from a region where we use a lot of flavor, we use a lot of spices, we have a lot of flair.
Mm-hmm.
And in culinary at school, with the French cuisine that they teach you, it's very mild, very mellow, very soft tones. So it was a little bit difficult for me in the beginning, but I got through it. I ended up with a distinction. I did very well. So yeah. And then after I finished school, I'm like, nope, back to all that spices and yeah. Yeah.
Where have you worked as a chef? Like, give us a little, like, because I want to get the details on you, because you've worked
Yeah.
quite a few places, and I mentioned
Yes.
Meadows Kitchen in the beginning of my intro. But where,
Yeah.
besides Meadows Kitchen, where are some of the places that people might have tasted your food and they didn't even know that you were the one,
Yeah.
you know,
So
cooking?
right off the back after school, I worked at Secret Bay for a little while. That
Mm.
was long time ago, and
Uh-huh,
I worked at and then I moved to Barbados to Saint
uh-huh,
Martin. Sorry,
uh-huh.
I worked at Saint Martin. So I was 28 and I was a head chef, which is
Wow,
sometimes is really rare. So
wow.
after about 2 months of being in Saint Martin,
Uh-huh.
I got a job as a head chef in a very nice little restaurant called Kanoa. But it's gone now because Hurricane Irma sort of wiped it away. But
Oh.
it was really, really fun. I worked at villas, private villas for different hotels,
Mhm.
that have private villas. and that's where I met some really amazing people. And from there, I went to do an internship in the States, so in New Hampshire, and I got this is where I sort of really branched out and got down to the nitty gritty and the I say the top skills of culinary arts. You know, I met a really good friend. Her name is Teresa, and she taught me. She's like my mentor, actually. So I don't know. It's just amazing the type of things that I learned there. That I thought I knew a lot
Mm-hmm.
as a head chef, but until
Mm-hmm.
I went there, it was a whole different ball game. So
Neanda, with all of
yeah,
this experience, because you sound like you've traveled, you went
yeah,
Barbados, you worked in St. Martin, you were trained in the UK, and I'm sure you probably had opportunities even in the UK. You went to New
yes.
Hampshire. Salvini, what you come back Dominica and do? Like, why did you decide? Because a lot of times people look at, I mean, and I'll tell you from my, even from my own experience, like people have said to me, girl, you are big fish in a small pond. What you go back Dominica and do? You know, but
Yeah,
I am so closely connected to my community that I keep coming back. It's like I
yeah,
just cannot even, I just cannot stay away. Right? Why
yeah.
did you decide that the world was nothing really, not much of an oasis for you to explore, and you wanted to come back home to Dominica?
So I get this question a lot, right? And as you said, I'm closely connected to my community, and I feel like we have so much good food, such good cuisine, ingredients, and culture. Our culture is just top tier. Anywhere in the world, we're like top tier culture here in Dominica, and we embrace that culture so much. But food was never, I mean, although on Independence Time, everybody having all the little local foods and whatnot, but it was never elevated as much as I thought it should have been. So I figured can be that person to elevate our cuisine, to get it on a map, or try my best to, or be a part of getting it there, where you can go somewhere in the States, like just like how you say, I'm gonna get some Chinese, you say, oh, I go and get some Creole food,
Mm-hmm,
just
mm-hmm.
to get our name out there. And because we're not the only country or island that do Creole food. You have St. Lucia, you have the even Trinidad, you have Martinique and Guadeloupe, Haiti. So I feel like I need to be here to sort of be that ambassador for Dominica when it comes to Creole cuisine.
I love it. I love it. I could not have
Yeah,
said it any better. I like the fact that you say, like we have our culture is so elite, and
yeah,
we a lot of times we don't even recognize it
yeah.
until you go out and you get involved with other people's culture and you miss yours so much. Like you get
Yes,
somewhere. But what I don't even
yes,
wanna, like I have a
I
cousin,
know.
like she have to run Dominica every couple of months because like that is exactly
Yeah,
what happens to us. And when, especially if we go to a restaurant, you go to a restaurant and you order a soup and they come and they bring you something and you're like, Saki sase soup la,
what is that?
like where the dumplings, where the where
Mediterranean,
the yeah,
where the fig.
where the carrot, we were looking for more. We're looking for that. We're looking for that
Yes,
extra something in it, right? And you go.
yes,
I remember going out with a friend of mine, and I didn't want to be like, because they'll
yes.
probably label you as ghetto. I said,
Mm.
but mange la baka même manger on a lot. Like us on the plate, wondering, but
Right.
we just and say, mange shakila man, like it's you're not we're not accustomed to that, especially when you
No.
raised in Dominica. It's not even like you left when you were a kid and then you lived elsewhere. But when you've been
Right.
raised in Dominica and you've eaten Dominican food from the pot to your mouth, from your grandparents, from your aunties, from your neighbors, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it just leaves you with a chagrin when you go out.
Yeah. It's a feeling. The food is not only just the taste, it's a feeling, it's an expression. And I love that feeling. I love, feeding people. I love creating things with what we have in Dominica. And it's such a gem what we
Mm-hmm.
have, the food. It's I wish, it would be more appreciated, you know what I
And
mean?
Neander, it's not just because we cook similar things to other islands, but I
Right.
how it's done. Because last weekend I
Yes.
went to a restaurant and we ordered a soup, and they consider themselves to be a West Indian restaurant. And we ordered a
Right.
soup, and they put their dumplings in it, just like a, but the dumplings
Yeah.
wasn't making clicks. You know when your dumplings supposed to make when you bite the dumpling. So I tell my customer, "Me double bag of clicks." Just go out in front of me.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
The
Yeah,
food
we
was
need that.
good, but it
Yeah.
was
If you don't
missing.
make your dumplings the right way in any restaurant in Dominica, they'll tell you off.
Of
They'll tell you you
course,
can't
your
dumpling
dumpling
like
have to make
that.
clicks. Your dumplings can't. It cannot just you cannot just bite into that and it don't make no noise, right?
Exactly.
And so I think that I get what you're talking about. I'm sure the folks on the live are getting what we're talking about. Like if your dumpling not
Yeah.
making clicks, you know it's not from Dominica, right?
Right.
Neander, but so you decide to come back home and you developed. Obviously, you work at an organization right now,
Yes, I work at
but
Rosalie Bay Resort. Yes.
as the head chef there, right?
Yeah, executive chef. Yes.
Executive chef. Let me get it right. Don't get it
Yes.
twisted, Jael. Executive chef. And you decided to create this brand called Watto.
Right.
What is Watto? First of all, like tell us, what does Watto represent?
Wato. Okay, I'll tell you the meaning of the word wato. The meaning of the word wato is fire in the Kalinago language. I started wato in the bush with 20 of my friends. We went on a hike. I decided to bring some food, and everybody was cooking. Everybody was involved. It's just something that I.
Reverse a little bit. Reverse a little bit. Because you telling us about, because let me tell you, Jill just don't like to cook. So the first thing you say, you bring food and all of your friends and whatever.
Yeah.
Tell me, so are you saying that essentially the brand is that you come out to this event
Yes.
without any ingredients,
Without any
and
ingredients.
Chef Nyanda is going to provide you with the ingredients?
Yes, I give you everything: ingredients, pots, pans, utensils, fire, matches to light a fire. If you want kerosene, cardboard, whatever you want to use, it's there, it's available. If you have your pot at your home, some people have their special
The
black pot
special, I was about
outside,
to ask you, boy, if I have my special, I have a
and you
special.
want to bring it, that's totally fine with me. But
Mhm.
we have all that available for you. We have all
Wow.
that available.
So you went out on this hike. So going
Yes.
back to the hike, you went out on this
Yes.
hike, and you had about 20 friends, and you
Yes.
gave them. You said we cooking, all of us cooking.
Yes. Yeah. We carried all the food, and it was an hour hike in Point Michelle. We went to my grandfather's estate, and we just laid everything out, and we just started to cook, and it was so much fun, you know. And it was just a nice kind of interaction. It was very organic. I didn't have to tell anybody what to do. Somebody started grating the coconut, somebody peeled the fig, somebody did the chicken. We even made bread right there, and then it just became a signature thing of Watto, the roast bread in the fire, right?
Wow,
Yeah. And
wow.
then our next one, we did it on the riverside. So I did my own flyer on Canva. I'm like, oh, I upgrading a little bit. And we did it on the riverside. We had people that actually paid to come to the event. It wasn't a lot, but we had our little music, our little radio, same thing. Everybody cooked by the riverside. And then I was, at Rosalie Bay. We spoke about, doing something for a fringe event for jazz. And I'm like, well, I have an event. It's my event. It's Watto. Let's do it at Rosalie Bay. And we decided to do the first one. It was during jazz. And it just, we were like, oh, if we sell 80 tickets, that'd be great. We sold about 100 tickets. And we were like buzzing that we had 100 tickets. We were like, yes, it's so amazing. We set up our vibes. We got sponsors. It was just so cool. And I believe some of the people that came to the event didn't realize that they had to cook themselves. Some of
tell
them
me,
thought,
tell me about that. Tell me about that. I want to know.
some of them thought that I was doing all the cooking for them, and they sit down
From
and they
the
hang
experience of
around.
you having Meadows Kitchen.
Right. So when they came, and the assistants and everybody was like, "No, you cook. This is your box. This is the marketplace." Chef Nyanda will pass around to assist and speak. She also has assistant cooks from the Rosalie Bay Kitchen, amazing staff, by the way. And you everybody just loved it. They loved. We had people doing fried chicken, bakes, one pot. We had black pudding. We had a big roast pig. So a lot of these things stayed as tradition. The roast pig, the black pudding, the bakes, and we also have a cocktail booth. So all of these things are signature to Watu.
So you get your
Then
like
we
your
had
bush rum and your
everything. Your bush rum,
nani.
moringa rum cocktail is our signature drink.
Mm, 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 mm. It says, I
Yes,
mean, just my moringa rum and cocktail. It says a lot. It
let me
says a
tell you, it has you for the entire day.
I don't know about just now. Really. I'm worried about me later on at night.
So yes, and then we had our last one, which was last October. We're like, no, we have to have this in October. This is when to have this event during our Creole season. We can't
Mhm.
just not have it during that time. We have a lot of the diasporas coming back to Dominica. So we try to create a space where you don't have a lot of time when you come to Dominica as a diaspora. So you have a space where you get to experience everything cultural. The top being the food, but we have the drumming, we have the ballet, we have the local, and we support local completely. It's
Wow.
just local, complete local farmers, local supermarkets, local businesses. That's what we're all about. Everything is local. You have your
Wow.
different stations. You're involved. It's like an
So about how many
organic sort
about
of.
how many stations you have at that event? Like about how many?
So the first one we had about 10 stations. Last one we had 25 stations.
Gas.
This one I can't even count. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how many stations we're gonna have. I feel like people are gonna be right next to each other, just cooking, and tasting each other's food. And it's just gonna be a family, friends. They would know those people. Oh, I wanted. Can I taste your food? So it's
Yeah,
gonna be very nice
not just can I taste it. Taste that for me. Tell me that I have enough salt.
exactly. Exactly, for sure.
It
That is
sounds
definitely going to happen.
it sounds such an amazing event that yes, you mentioned the diasporas can,
Yes.
people who are visiting, because a lot of times, you come home to Dominica and you probably just go to the festivals and whatever, and you kind of just want something
Hmm.
else that you can do if you come with your friends or probably you come with your family. A lot of times too, you come with your family and your family have to stay home because you go on fete and they have to stay home.
Yes.
But it's a great event even for family, right?
Of course, you can bring your children, you can bring your friends, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend. If you love to cook, if you're a foodie, this is the place to be. We entertain. There's entertainment. You're interactive, so you're never bored at Watu. There's always something to do, somewhere to go. In the little circle that we are in, you have your
Mhm.
different stations, as I mentioned, your local stations, where again we have our black pudding. This year, we even have a squash station. You can get your squash,
Authentic
right,
squash.
with your bread and sunflower butter.
Boy, let me tell you, Liana, you're really going hardcore
So this
Dominican
is one of
on
this. This was supposed to be a secret, but I'm just letting you know to show you how local and how nostalgic we're going to be. This is just water for you.
I absolutely
Yeah.
love it. And but what I absolutely love the most about the entire idea of it and everything is that everybody's going to be cooking and everybody gets to eat everybody's food. It's like it doesn't necessarily mean that you will stick to just eating your food. You might taste your person next door cooking their food. I mean,
Right.
growing up in Dominica, that's something that you knew would always happen. You always ate your neighbors. Nowadays, the people don't do that,
No.
but back in those days, your neighbor cooking and you smell it and that's smelling nice.
Oh my God.
They'll bring some for you, and I think it's going to create that, as you say, rightfully say, that nostalgic atmosphere, that you
Right.
just want to go back there.
Everything. And let me tell you about the smells. Oh my God. Amazing. It's just, it's like you're in, I don't know, food heaven, local food, local Dominican food heaven. And the
People
smells,
are commenting.
the smoke, this and the herbs and the spices and everything is just,
People
amazing.
are commenting, and I want to go to the comments. So a few
Okay.
folks are commenting. So let's just take some, because we cannot forget them. They're
No,
the
no,
ones that
no.
make sure you. I know we're having a good time, and sometimes I just get carried away. Trust me, I just forget
Yes,
that.
and I have my drink, my
Oh, shall I
calabash.
do- in a
You come to Wato and you get your calabash, you get your these your cups, right?
Oh, her calabash drink. Mine is not calabash. Mine is metal. but it's doing what it's supposed to do. But you heard you
Yes.
heard you heard Neander. You come to Watto's and you get your authentic drinks, authentic food. Let's get to the live where folks are commenting. Valde saying always impressed by Watto's outings. Hope to do it. Nice vibes. Impressed. So you're bigging you up. Candy saying, Jail, you're not easy. I guess she's laughing at something that I was saying.
Your
And if I,
clacks.
oh my God, my classes click, sit down to make
Clicks,
click.
clicks.
Anika is saying she's hungry already. Once is Neander's food eyeing that. That's on Facebook.
Awesome.
Let me go to the folks on YouTube. The folks on YouTube, someone is saying, I believe that that's what caused everyone to be so connected. We were neighbors before through cooking. So that is Rose Annette is saying that. And she says, hope this year has the whole roast pig. I love pork. So she cannot wait. She cannot.
Yes, definitely. We have the roast pig for sure. That's a must.
All right. Sophia Tavernier is saying the boss chef, and that she's listening. So folks are on the live, and they're definitely Tamika is saying go girl, member here. So I don't know, Tamika Beveridge is saying, I don't know,
Yes,
probably that's a
yes,
thing
yes.
she said, member here.
Yeah.
And Smiley Simeon is saying on Facebook, I in that. So a lot of
Yeah.
folks are getting excited to be in it. Miana, what is your ultimate goal? Like, what exactly are you hoping to achieve by putting on this event, which I feel it's one of a kind and it's of top notch, like you rightfully say, like it's world class.
Yeah. It's the only interactive culinary event in Dominica and I believe the Caribbean region. So I want this if I want Dominicans to really embrace this event because this I want it to become a sort of like a food festival, a local food festival where, you know, we as Dominicans, this is ours. Even if it's my event, I want it to become just like how the Creole Festival is ours. I believe with food, it's so I would say sort of like a story. Food is always a story that at the end of it, it becomes that meal, which is like your book. So you tell your story of your book, which is your meal, your bowl.
Mhm.
And I want it to become that big of an event where all islands want to join in. All
Mhm.
islands want to bring their own traditions to Dominica and cook their own meals, hoping that we can provide all the ingredients that they have on the islands. But I want it to be a space of freedom, an organic space where you can bond with food and culture and have fun, a day well spent, a day of memory, just that event where um, it's one of Dominica's prized possessions.
I love that. I love that you say that because I see it growing as that, and you've already incorporated various islands into
Yeah.
this year, the upcoming. First of all, tell us,
Yes.
when is Watto held this year? Where is it held? And what can we look forward to in regards to? I mean, we know there's going to be a lot of food, but
Yeah.
what can we look forward to in terms of the other forms of entertainment that will be part of this year's event?
So Wata will be held at Rosalie Bay Resort, and it's going to be on the October 21st, the day before Rise and Wine. Just
Mhm.
as everybody knows, it's the weekend before the Creole Festival. It's Saturday before that. We have, different chefs from different islands coming to join us at Watu. They're going to be cooking their own traditional meals. We have different tickets, four different types of tickets. So I'm going to explain those tickets for you. We have the $80 ticket, which is entrance only. So you can purchase stuff, in the stalls and the booth, and you get to just be there and be interactive and be in the vibes. You have the $145 ticket. This is where you get your box of ingredients and you can cook. If it's just two people or three people, you buy your your $140 ticket, and you have your VIP ticket, which is $350, and you get upgraded ingredients. So you get like lobster, yes. You get
Mm.
your 5 premium drink tickets. You get a pool pass, so you can go to the pool. You get a assistant cook, and yes, and then you have your $650 ticket, which is for a group of five. So if you have a group of friends and you want to come together to Wato, you split the cost. You get obviously a bigger box of ingredients to feed the five of you. You get two cocktail tickets each, just like the 145 ticket. You get two cocktail tickets, and you just enjoy your vibes. You get your own station, your own table. Some people come as couples, some come as families, some come as groups. But and then the entertainment. So we're gonna have the entertainment drop next week. But usually, traditionally for Wato, always, 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 we do not miss Sakis Lapo Kabwit.
We
Sakis Lapo Kabwit
smash
is
every place.
always there. So Rosalie Bay is a beautiful location with sort of a circular road that goes around the
Mhm.
compound. So we follow the Lapu Carpet like we're in carnival.
Hey.
So this is part of the event, right? At
Wow.
the end, when you finish cook and your belly full and you're nice, Lapu Carpet. We
Yes.
have the Karina dancers, which is they're from the Kainago territory. They're always there representing. They cook their pepper pots. They do their cassava bread. They're just so amazing at what they bring to Watu. And we always have a special local artist that we feature at Watu, which we'll find out next week. And we have other special features that we're gonna, have. We have a historian coming in to speak a little bit about the culinary culture of the Caribbean.
Mhm.
And we have the drummers, cultural division. It's going to have some drummers there, so it's going to be a real vibe. We're going to have ballet. It's just going to be culture, culture, culture in your face. When you go home, you're going to be like, oh my god, this is too much culture.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I
And if
love
you
it.
are not Dominican and you come to this event, you will switch. You'll
You become
become a
Dominic.
Dominican. Yes.
By the end of it, would have switched
By
you.
the end of it, for
I
sure.
absolutely love what you've created. I love the fact that you've named the event after the Kalinago or in Kalinago language, which is
Yes.
Watch Fire. I absolutely
Yes.
love that. I love the fact that you've incorporated and included them into
And
the
Natasha Green, actually, she's the one that helped me come up with the name Watu. So I heard you mention her.
Natasha, yeah, Natasha's in my documentary, and she talks about
Yes.
culinary cuisine in
Yes,
there.
yes.
If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out.
I
But
will. I will.
I love the fact that you've included the Kalinago people, because a lot of our culture is surrounding their what we've learned from them. We
Yes,
took on
definitely.
a lot from them. So I really love that. I love the fact that you bring in all of these other cultural aspects, because you say, food is culture, but then there's, you bring
Yes,
in the music and you bring in the dance, and you incorporated all of that into it. But what I
yes,
absolutely love is that when we spoke, you mentioned something to me that stayed with me, because if
yes.
you, for a foreigner, and or if you just come in for 2 weeks to go back,
Right.
you can actually shop for all your goodies at Watu.
At
So if you just
Watto.
want coconut seeds and your tablet,
And all those things, you will get it at Watto. That's for sure. Definitely.
wow. Wow, that
Yes.
is absolutely amazing. So, Neander,
Yes.
if somebody who has to get a ticket for the event, where would they get the tickets? Like, where are they available? Are they online? Because some folks maybe right now on this live, or they may be
Right.
thinking about coming to Dominica. They've probably already purchased their ticket, and they're gonna be there for around the time of Wato, and they want to get a ticket in advance. They
Yeah.
want to plan, because some
Right.
of us
Of
plan.
course.
Where can you get
Yeah.
your tickets?
So you could get your tickets from Ticket Link. You could go on their website, or you could go to the Watto page and you'll find the link there above the flyers, and you can go and purchase your ticket online. If you want physical tickets, you could get your physical tickets at Petland. So you check Kim, and Kim will hook you up with your tickets. Next week, we're going to have some tickets at Jolly's Pharmacy, so we'll announce that as well. Or we have a team of our committee members, ticket holders, on our Watto page. You can find the list there, the names of every individual that's selling tickets, including myself. You could also get your tickets from Rosalie Bay Resort. You can get your tickets from the office in town, or at the resort itself if you're there.
That
Yeah.
sounds really good. I noticed that the someone from the Wato Dominica is on there. So it's Wato underscore Dominica, I believe is
Dominica, yes.
so WATO underscore Dominica,
Dominica,
if you wanna get on
yes.
their Facebook page, and all of the
And
additional
their
information.
Instagram,
Right.
yes.
Same thing will be
Yes.
on there for you. I
Yeah.
just want to check out. Someone says sounds like an event for the books. Proud of you, Mama. So folks are very proud of what you've done, and
Yes.
they're very excited to support you. Someone already
I'm
said,
excited. I'm nervous, excited, overwhelmed, because it grew. It grew to it's. I can't believe it myself. I can't believe how much it's grown.
Mhm,
I mean, a lot of people don't, you know, acknowledge themselves, but I'm very proud of myself. I'm very
mhm,
proud of everybody that supported me from the beginning.
mhm.
My team, my family, my husband. We're just, it's just very overwhelming sometimes. Yeah, but
That's,
in a good way, and in an exciting way. So events is a lot of production and stuff like that. So I know that these things come with the territory, but I'm excited.
yes, I have one question for you. I think I have
Yeah,
one question left for you, which
yeah,
might be one of a challenging question, because I feel like you're in an industry right now that is so reliant on raw material, right?
yeah.
And with inflation, I've heard people say some things are just not affordable. It's
Right.
difficult to get things at a price that you can afford, much less
Mm-hmm.
have it and then retail it again. So in your case, purchase the raw materials from the farmers, from all of these people, and then resell it. My question to you is that in doing all of this, how has inflation, really affected your craft? And I'm sure you can probably speak for other chefs around island.
Yeah. So when it comes to the let's say not Wato, working in a resort, working as a caterer, private chef, it's it's not, it's inflation is it has increased drastically. The food inflation. So when we put a price to something, or if you have something that's been consistently a certain price, and you have to raise it to almost, if you do something at $20 and you raise it to like $30, which is really and truly what you have to raise it at this point. Your customers complain, they're upset, some of them don't understand. They're like, oh, but you can do that, man. And I want everybody to understand that it's very difficult at this time for caterers and cooks and everybody that have snackets and restaurants. It's not easy. So if you see that we've increased our prices in any way, it's because you know everywhere else have increased their prices. Gas has gone up, groceries has gone up. So in order for everybody to make a profit, we have to do that. We
But
want to please our customers. We have to. But
mhm, mhm,
what I would suggest
I was about to ask you
is
what is
to
what are suggestions that you'd have?
local, local, local.
Mhm,
Try your best to support local. Try your best to, you know, even if you don't have land, support the farmers. Plant your own. If you have land, you plant your own products. You raise your own animals. That's my suggestion because we have the land. We're on an island where we can do these things.
mhm,
And if you're a person that you can work and you love to work and you can work the land, you can work the kitchen, right?
mhm,
I know
mhm,
there's a few things that chefs really need. Me, butter is one of them as a chef,
mhm.
right? So, when I used to pay what $8 for English butter, as they call it, unsalted butter, now it's $15,
Wow, it's
right?
almost double.
So exactly. So then you kind of have to be creative. So I lessen the amount of butter that I use, and then I try to use coconut oil, which is
Wow.
local. So
Mhm,
you create recipes based off what you already have on island, what
mhm.
you have, and I'm sure if you're creative enough, your customers will still come back. Your customers will still eat your food because if your food is good, that means you can be creative with whatever ingredients that you have, and your customers will return.
I also
Yeah.
have another a side question or side
Mm-hmm.
what else would you suggest or recommend? Because I know, like, even like looking at culinary food and like steak and these things that you get from most
Okay.
get
I'm
from
happy you said
outside.
that.
Like how can we? Because I mean, you think of steak and you just think. I'll tell you, right? You think of steak and you just think of steak where you can get steak in Dominica. You have to
Right.
buy steak at the supermarket, or
Right.
but that's like food for when you travel. I eat steak when I
Yeah.
travel.
Right.
What would you recommend in that regard?
So in Dominica, we have a lot of farmers, a lot of cow beef farmers. We have a lot of pork farmers, chicken farmers. So, for example, a beef. If you go to the market, you want beef, they cut it up into pieces for you because you're going to make stew, right? 'Cause that's what everybody does. They make stew with the beef. But if a workshop or something of this sort is created where you can teach these beef farmers how to carve their meats to get the sirloin, to get the T-bone, to get the filet mignon steaks, which they could be actually making a little bit more profit out of if they sell it by the parts, and it won't be as expensive for the supermarkets or the restaurants to buy for their own use for their customers. So I believe in workshops, for beef and pork for the different cuts because I love a nice steak. I love a nice ribeye.
Oh,
And
medium
if I could
rare.
buy
Gotta
if
look a
I
little.
could buy my ribeye in locally because it's organic. Most farmers here have organic meats and it's better for you.
And we don't
You know
even
that in
realize that because we our
exactly.
cows they only eat grass. I mean that's all they
Right.
eat, right?
Exactly. Yes. So I mean I have a lot of friends that are butchers. They went to culinary at school, but their profession is they're butchers, butchery, and that's how
Mhm.
they make their money. They have their shops. So even getting somebody here to Dominica to do a workshop like that, that's not a problem. Is I can't do it alone. I need the help. I
Leander,
need,
you are a
you
wealth
know,
of knowledge, and I think where food is concerned, Dominica has. If you're once you're on that team, I have
yeah.
no doubt that our food will, because I think we are a lot better than a lot of countries,
Mm-hmm.
especially where inflation is concerned. And I think
Yeah.
we can always there are ways that we can combat it, if that is even a term, in the sense
Yeah.
eating what we grow, and eating local, because
Yeah.
essentially we can produce almost everything we eat except, like you
Yeah.
say, English butter, which you can
English butter. Unsalted butter.
unsalted English
we
butter
can. We can if we have the right people to train
to do
the
it,
farmers in Dominica.
to
We
do
can
it.
do everything. We can do the heavy cream. We can do buttermilk. We can do everything. We just need that training, and then we will be self-sustained.
I tell you, every time you come on this show, you have to learn something. This is
Yeah,
supposed to be a learning show. We're not talking about.
yeah,
And I thoroughly enjoyed every single thing you said. I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that you've created this event that is one of a kind. It is one of a kind
yeah.
because it is the only one in Dominica. It is probably the only one in the Caribbean, because I've not heard
Yes.
another one like it.
No.
And this year you're doing it so different. You're bringing people from different parts of the Caribbean,
Different
so
paths.
you get a different
Chefs
culinary. Oh my God, you get a different culinary
experience.
and
I
I'm
can't wait for that part. I can't wait for the chefs to come and showcase what they can do. They're all friends of mine. They're amazing. I can't wait for everybody to meet them. I can't wait for, them to get that special Dominican welcome. I know
Nyanda,
they
you
will.
Nyanda, you think you smarter, and Nyanda take her friends and bring them down. So she's checking. Oh, me and my friends going to Lime too. But while we Lime, we go cook. We go
Yeah, we're
cook
gonna cook. They're
and
gonna
show you how
cook.
it's
We're gonna
done.
cook.
I
Yes.
absolutely love it. It's a fantastic idea. I mean,
Thank you
and
so much.
it's very, very original. And
Yes.
I want to encourage every single person that's listening right now, every single person
Yes.
that's viewing. If you're gonna be in
Yes.
Dominica in October, the weekend before Curl Festival, you have to go to Watto. There's no
Yes.
ifs, ands, buts, or maybe. There are different tiers. Make sure you support. I mean, you're not even supporting Neander, you're supporting local cuisine. You're
Local
simply
cuisine.
supporting local cuisine because it's your food
Yes.
in your belly. It's going to go.
Yes.
And I think it's an amazing event because it's not just based on food, it's based on our culture. There'll be music, there'll be entertainment. You can
Dancing.
shop. Make sure you bring your bag for you
Yes.
to shop. you know, to bring back all your goodies and
Yes.
get your tickets online. They're available.
Yeah.
So encourage every single person to go ahead and purchase your tickets. And I'll tell you, I did not know about this event until it was explained to me, like, because you can hear about Watto and sometimes people are like, Neander is a chef. Okay, we're gonna come and she's gonna cook for us from
Yeah.
Meadow. Like, that's what you think of it, right? That's what I thought of it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like going to a restaurant outside of town. That was my
Yeah.
assumption, right? But
Right.
you created this thing, and it's one of a kind. And
Yeah.
from the time I heard about it, I was like, say less. Like, this is an
Yeah.
amazing event, and I want to encourage everyone from Kapushin to Kashaku to
To
support
come.
event and come out the weekend before Pearl Festival. Get your
Yeah.
tickets early o'clock. Neander, any final words? I know you have sponsors, you have different people that you probably want to shout out. Any
Yes.
final words before we wrap up the show?
Yes, I want to let everybody know. I know Rosalie Bay is a bit far from Roseau, but we will have shuttles available. So if you don't have a ride, or if you just don't want to drive that far and you want to drink, and you want to get your little buzz on, we have shuttles available. Shuttles will be on the bayfront waiting for you, drop you up to Rosalie Bay, and drop you back to the bayfront. Rosalie Bay will also be offering some specials that weekend for rooms.
So you can make it
Yes.
a weekend.
You can spend the whole weekend there, you
Woo!
know. You can, if after the after the event, you're tired, you don't want to drive home, just book a room. It's great deals, right? And we have our sponsors who's always been on board. We have uh, Belfast Estate, Archipelago, we have Twapito, we have Jollies, we have Rosary Bay, Meadows, we have DG Cell. So, we have quite a few sponsors. And obviously, probably I might remember everybody off my head right now, but we will post them, we'll pick them up, and yeah, so
Thank
we're
you
excited.
very, 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 very much for coming on and
Yes,
sharing with us. It was, it was a learning experience for me. I got to learn a few
yes,
things. I got to know a lot about what Wato is all about and what this event expects to deliver to
yes,
any and every person who attends. Niana,
yes.
it was a pleasure getting to know you a little bit
Thank
better.
you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad. I'm happy for your support. I wish you would come. I wish you was
I,
there.
I wish I could be there in person.
I know, I know. I think you would love it. I
I,
know,
I
I
know
know.
I would love it. Let me tell you,
But tell all your family and friends here, make
they're
them
gonna come.
come,
They're
enjoy
gonna
it for
come.
you.
They say less, they've been told. They've been told. I
Wonderful.
want to encourage
Yes,
anybody who's visiting Dominica over the next couple of weeks, make Oatos be one of their events of choice. It's
yes.
an amazing experience. And as Nyanda said, you don't need to have a rental car to go there.
Right.
You can grab
And you don't need to dress fancy. You can put your toeless, you can put your shirt, your shorts, because you're going to cook, right?
yes,
Not going
yes,
and dress and be all fancy and your weave. If you have it, put your tie your head. Put your put
yes,
your head tie you just put when you go in the kitchen and cook. Because when you're
yes.
in the kitchen as a Caribbean person, you dance, you
Hmm.
eat, you dance, you listen to your music, all that you can do at Watu. So make yourself comfortable when you're coming to an event. Dress comfortably.
Let me see if anybody else has anything else to say before we wrap it up. Somebody's asking me what's in my mug. Tequila and ginger ale. Hey, that's my drink of choice. Tequila and ginger ale all day, every day, twice on Sunday. What you drinking?
B BB and lime juice. I have to go with my sponsors here.
In her calabash. In her
Yes,
calabash. Evie
in my
and
calabash.
so a lot of folks are saying interesting program. Some saying somebody saying I've seen a few resorts and hotels and even restaurant owners start producing their own local products. That's one way to reduce on cost. A lot of folks are saying interesting program. They enjoyed the show. Smiley Simeon is saying you can ask the butchers in the market for what and how you want your meat. I did it when I used to work in the restaurant. Some of them
Hmm.
have the knowledge. I think we should talk. I think we have to talk our butchers to talk to them seriously to create a program for butchers in sync with our shelves with our chefs.
Hmm.
I love her thinking. Rashida is saying this girl is smart. Terry Olivache Bino is saying two of my favorite people. Sandra Norris is saying, good evening, ladies. Before no, they come in, no, they come in into the show. No,
They'll have to go and watch the recording.
rewind, rewind the recording. Amanda, it was a pleasure having you here
Thank you
on the
so
show.
much.
And I want to encourage
Yes.
folks, the place to be in October is at Watos. Thank you very much, Nyanda, for joining us.
Thank you so much. You're most welcome. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.
Guys, I mean this was one of a kind. This was absolutely enjoyable. I enjoyed getting to learn more about Watos. I mean, honest to God, I did not know that event existed. Mopakamanti. Like when I heard about it, sometimes again too, because I knew she was a chef, I just had the assumption that it was her cooking and it was like an extension of what she used to do when I visited her restaurant, and finding out it's like this entire experience where you get to cook, you get to have a good time. And even if you don't like to cook, bring your friends that like to cook, cooks them and let them come and they can probably show you something, one or two. And you will have so much fun. Like based on the folks that I've spoken to who've actually attended, you will have so much fun. It's a great experience to bond with friends. If your relationship having problems, that's the perfect place to bring it to Zarbatos, because everybody makes up over food. Right? People don't stay mad over food. All right. Once food is involved, everybody cheesing, everybody grinning, and everything nice. So I encourage you guys to support Nyanda, support Watos. It's a one of a kind event, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this year's event comes out with. So I'm going to say goodbye. It was fun having all of you join me here for another Friday evening. Well, another evening, because, sometimes we pop up at any different time. I'm so grateful that all of you took the time out to come out here. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be right here. Of course, I like to promote positive vibes. I like to promote great things. I like to promote exclusive things. And you know what? It's exclusive to Dominica. So why not have it here on this show? Thank you very much to all those of you who tuned in and those of you who will come and who probably just coming on now. It's okay. Once the live stops, you can go back and you can watch it from the beginning. You can also rewatch it on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and share it with all your friends. You can watch it, stop it, pause it. You can green. You can whatever you choose to do. The show is available right as soon as I hit end. It's available on YouTube for you. It's also available on Twitter and LinkedIn. I want to say good evening to my LinkedIn folks who are tuned in. Thank you very much for connecting. And I want to just say thank you very much to Naja and Nyanda and Ayanda and all of the folks, who really got me to know about Wato. So thank you very much. Getting to know about it was an experience I can only look forward to actually being at the event, right? So thank you very much for coming and sharing with us the Wato story and what we can expect this year at this amazing culinary event happening in 767 Waitikubuli, right? Dominica, Waitikubuli presents Wato. That's what it needs to say. W meets W or something of that sort. Thank you very much to every single one of you who tuned in. Until next time, saying goodbye and saying goodnight for now. I gotta look for them. Where my special Nyanda promo? I wanna put up the promo again just in case you missed it. You could get it one last time before we head on out here. Thanks again. Have a good night. Have a great weekend, guys. Make sure you're good to yourself always. Remember to smile. Have a good time. Eat well.
Hi, I'm Chef Nyanda, the creator of Wato. My outdoor cooking event is the only event to showcase Dominica's Creole culinary heritage. You get a box of ingredients and your own fireside to create your favorite Creole dish. And this year we're making it even more exciting. We will be having chefs from all over the Caribbean joining us by the fireside. Come for the food or come for the drinks, come for the Kalinago dancers or come for the Lapo Kakwit, or just come to spend time with your family and friends. Matter of fact, just come. See you on October 21st at Rosalie Bay.